natin papaano ito tinanggap ng ating mga kababayan. Kayo po ba'y naniwala o hindi naniwala? Ipapaliwanag po yan ng ating eksperto. Siya po ang Managing Director ng Insightspedia para po dun sa Pinas Survey. Yun nga po mga nabanggit naming tatlong survey na yan. Makakausap po natin si Sir Roland Ramirez. Good morning po sir, si Zander po ito at si Angel.
Good morning, Sir Zander and Miss Angel. Good morning.
Opo. Sir, siguro po para lamang po may background po yung ating mga tagapakinig at tagapanood, ano ho yung mga survey na inyo pong isinagawa at sino-sino po yung mga respondents?
Okay, just to clarify din po because I don't want to actually misrepresent din yung study na ginawa po namin.
Opo.
Ang tawag po dun sa methodology na ginagawa po namin, yung study is actually social listening. Ang ibig sabihin po nun, kinakalap po namin ang datos mula sa social media mostly. So
Okay.
anywhere from Facebook to LinkedIn, even yung Telegram, so it scours, kumbaga it nangongolekta sa internet ng mga datos about the subject matters that we want to study,
Opo.
kumbaga.
So kumbaga po,
So,
mali po yung salitang survey, hindi po ito survey.
Hindi po survey.
Yan,
Yes.
okay,
So,
para malinaw. Opo.
let's clarify that for sure.
Opo. Sir, paano po yung naging inclusion at saka exclusion nito? Ito po ba, paano pinili? Ito by mention po ba ito? Or paano, Sir
Ang
Ron?
maganda kasi dito sa social listening po is that it's actually very organic. So meaning, people actually express yung sentiment nila online unfiltered, di ba? Kung galit sila, pwede silang nagmumurang galit or pwedeng nalulungkot na galit, parang ganon. So in other words, hindi siya in a way prompted, walang nagtatanong. So minsan kasi merong pagka tinatanong ka, mas magalang ka, mas iniisip mo yung sinasabi mo. Whereas kapag nasa social media tayo, alam po natin na mga tao, mas ini-express nila ang tunay na saloobin nila. So that is one advantage of social listening po.
Opo. Pero meron din ho kayong parang, kumbaga po yung parang safeguard para po ma-screen din kung troll ba ito at totoo ba po yung account?
Yes, so yung platform po actually filters out yung mga troll account. Then you can actually do that also. You can audit manually by checking kung saan nanggagaling yung mga mentions or yung mga engagement, and you can actually manually filter them out if you think na merong unusual na spike coming from a specific area or a specific author. May ganong capability din po. So but may AI tool na po that is built in within the platform that filters out yung noise, kumbaga yung noise that distorts yung reading, kumbaga, ng study.
Kumbaga, ma-filter din sa Roland yung mga bot-generated na mga messages.
Yes, absolutely.
Opo. Meron po kayong tatlong isinagawang pag-aaral. Ano ho yung mga paksang ito? At maaari po ba naming malaman po yung resulta?
Okay, sige. So the gist of it is that medyo naging busy actually. The last three reports na lumabas po namin is about yung kay Ramil Madriaga, comparing yung naging testimony niya sa House, right? So kinumpare namin ang credibility ni Ramil Madriaga before April 14. I think April 14 po yung naging appearance niya sa House. So April 13 backwards and then April 14 forwards. Tiningnan namin yung comments that are credible versus non-credible. And in that study po, lumalabas na ang credibility po ni Ramil Madriaga actually went up. I think from close to 50 to about 70%. So marami pong obviously nakinig, nakakita nung video niya because that was actually live streamed all over the internet. So yeah, I think based on that, maraming tao na mas naniniwala sa kanya actually after yung House hearing na yon. So if you want, I can actually proceed to the second study po.
Opo, sige po sir. Opo.
So the second study is about yung kay Zaldico, yung announcement ni PBBM, comparing it yung sa announcement na fake news ni
Harry Roque.
Okay. So I think it was April 16 ng gabi nung in-announce ni PBBM na nahuli si Zaldico. I think it was widely reported or captured on social media the day after 17. And then based on that, si Harry Roque actually came out with his own press release, kumbaga, announcement saying fake news, di ba? So tiningnan namin actually comparing yung two timelines, yung from the announcement, from 0 hour announcement ni PBBM versus yung fake news announcement ni Harry Roque. And in that, nakita namin na mas mataas ang virality, kumbaga, meaning yung volume ng mentions, yung reach, yung engagement. I think it went up to as many as 120 mentions per hour yung kay PBBM, whereas yung kay Harry Roque only gained about 8 mentions per hour at at its height. Parang ganon. So yung kay PBBM obviously dahil galing kay presidente, and then of course everyone is still awaiting kung anong yung kay Zaldico, maraming nag-aabang ng story yan. So no surprise na mataas siya. But yung kay Harry Roque, obviously, mas malaki ang kailangan niyang patunayan na peke yung balitang yon, and therefore I think hindi siya masyadong kinover ng media, and therefore hindi siya masyadong kumalat sa social media.
Opo. Yung third na study po natin.
Yung third study is about si former Speaker Martin Romualdez, and that yung announcement niya, I think he went out on TV or on the news last week. I forget the date now, but yun, so nung sinasabi niya na hindi siya mastermind, so that was the parang the headline, if you like, nung storyang yun. And we wanted to actually look at it from ano yung sentimiento by aspect. So in that particular study, lumalabas po na si ex-speaker, actually medyo ang tanong ng mga tao is still accountability. So kind of, okay, so kung totoong hindi ka, in my interpretation, kung hindi ikaw ang mastermind, then sino? But at the same time, tinatanong ng mga tao, obviously speaker ka, ikaw yung pinakamataas sa house, ikaw yung gumawa ng budget and so on and so forth. Nasaan ang accountability? Bakit parang hugas kamay lang ang naging storya as opposed to sino? Parang ganon. Kung hindi ikaw, sino? So yun yung lumalabas po dun sa pangatlong storya.
Sir Roland, dito po sa mga isinagawa niyo pong pag-aaral, ano po ibig sabihin nito pagdating po sa audience behavior?
I guess, ang mga tao, first and foremost, I think what we can learn from this is that ang mga tao, by and large, get their news from social media, online, right? Online. So, we have, media practitioners, obviously, we have a responsibility to make sure that we are responsible when we report the news, right? So, mag-iingat din tayo kung ano yung pinalalabas natin, especially if pinalalabas mo na fake news and then wala ka namang pruweba to actually back it up. Diba? Parang ganon. So, medyo maganda kung, kung may magandang balita and so on, but maganda rin na makikita mo yung diskurso na nangyayari online, because it gives you an idea what actually people on the left or on the right or in the middle think about the story. Di ba? Parang ganon. So maganda kasi medyo busog ang tao, busog tayo sa news coverage online, kasi ang daming outlets, ang daming balita, especially lately. So yeah, magandang makita, but at the same time, I think maganda rin na may balance. Tinitingnan natin pareho, but at the same time, we put yung sarili nating judgment, what we read, what we see, what we view online pag may balita.
Opo. Yun hong pagkukumpara po ninyo ng mga datos sa engagement ng announcement ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na nahuli si Zaldico. at ni Attorney Harry Roque na hindi totoo yun, mas marami po yung kay PBBM versus kay Harry Roque. Ibig sabihin ho ba nun, mas naniniwala na po tayo sa totoong balita kaysa sa mga fake news? Pwede bang i-apply yun na ganun, sir?
Well, okay, so this is how I read that before I can actually say na mas naniniwala tayo sa totoong news or sa faking news. It's hard to say kasi at this point without proof of life, kumbaga, from either side na wala naman naipakita so far si PBBM or si Harry Roque na ito or hindi nakita talaga na nahuli, diba? So I think two things to say about yung kay PBBM. First is that presidente siya. Obviously, a lot of people will listen to him. Secondly, yung issue na saldi ko, obviously, binabantayan ng mga tao yan, right? So I think from that perspective alone, that will garner so many mentions and so many comments, right? Yung volume is kind of expected in many ways. Yung kay Harry Roque, kagaya ng pag ano natin sa batas, kapag ikaw ang naakusahan as the accused, parang nasa iyo naman yung burden to actually prove yung false claims, di ba? Parang ganon. So si Harry Roque, nagsabi siya na fake news but hindi naman niya binack up yung sinabi niya with real evidence, di ba? So it was harder for us to actually believe coming from news from si PBBM na nahuli siya not 24 hours later. Di ba? Parang ganon. So medyo, ano ba talagang totoo? Di ba? Parang ganon. That's why dun sa comment ni Harry Roque, mas mataas yung neutral. Ibig sabihin, 90% lang yung neutral comments or comments kay PBBM, whereas yung kay Harry Roque was about 95%. Ibig sabihin, mga tao are like, okay, right, saying something, but more with a word of caution as opposed to, positive or negative. So, ganun po ang pagbasa, more or less.
Doon po sa findings po ninyo sa ginawa niyo pong pag-aaral sa Insightpedia, Sir Roland, paano po ito dapat gamitin ng mga media o ng mga policy makers yung ganitong findings po?
Well, it tells us where, the conversation is actually going, 'di ba? Parang nasan ang diskurso ng ano, 'di ba? So, I think it's a nice parang pointer, parang ganun, for lack of a better term, para siyang pointer. It doesn't actually tell you definitively, kung, pula ba or asul, because kailangan mo ng mas malalim, mas masusing pag-aaral for that. But at least it tells you what people are talking about online unfiltered and what is actually gaining traction versus what is gaining no traction at all. Parang ganon. So it tells you ano ba ang kailangan kong seryosohin dito. Kasi it's too much noise, right? Admittedly, ang daming sinasabi nung kaliwa, nasa kanan, and so on and so forth. But you listen to both and then you make your own judgment. Parang ganon. Instead of like spreading fake news kung hindi naman tayo sigurado. So in a way, medyo nakakakita rin tayo ng konting maturity because especially yung issue ng kay Zaldico, people were not very quick to dismiss yung kay PBBM na announcement as fake news kaagad following what si Harry Roque said. People were more cautious as opposed to jumping on the fake news bandwagon, kumbaga.
Opo. Nasukat nyo rin ho ba yung credibility ni former House Speaker Martin Romualdez na parang naniniwala pa ba sa kanya ang mga Pilipino o hindi na?
Well, I think we didn't do that actually specifically like similar yung ginawa namin kay Ramil
Kay Ramil,
Madriaga.
correct.
It was a different sort of angle, kumbaga, ng study ang ginawa namin. But I would suspect, if we ran the same analysis po, I would suspect na hindi siya mataas. I don't think people will speak very positively or highly of si former speaker. Especially after, yung pangalan niya is being dragged into one of the bigger fishes dito sa flood control scandal. Diba? So, I guess anyone who follows social media and so on will know na hindi mabango ang pangalan ni ex-Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Opo. Mhm.
Opo. Sir, dun sa kay Madriaga, ang sabi niyo po kanina, mas naging kapanipaniwala siya after niya po mag-testify. Tama po ba? Dun sa pagdinig.
That's correct.
Opo. So tingin niyo effective po ba yung ginawa niyang pag-iyak doon po sa hearing para nang sa ganun lumabas na kapanipaniwala po siya sa ating mga kababayan?
Well, optics does actually weigh heavily. Tayong mga Pilipino, we're actually very emotional people, right? So, pag nakakakita tayo ng taong umiiyak, obviously, mas napupukaw ang loob natin, di ba? Whether for right or for wrong, di ba? It's part of the optics that people, whether they do that consciously or whether scripted or not.
Yes. Mm-mm.
I think ang basa ng mga tao dyan, mas nakararami yung mga taong naniniwala because of the optics of it.
So dapat pala umiyak si Martin Romualdez at si Harry Roque.
Para mas kapanipaniwala sila.
Hindi.
From a threshold po na negative perceived, parang perceived positive sila na yung mababa yung nila, yung credibility nila. I think medyo mas mataas yung lalanguyin nila. Kumbaga, to actually break yung credibility threshold na kailangan nila to come across as credible.
Opo. May nabanggit din po kayong term kanina na parang in Tagalog, mas mulat po ba ngayon ang Filipino audience, especially sa social media, na tayo po ay nagbabantay kasi malalaking balita ho itong inyong ginawang pag-aaral eh. Ibig sabihin po parang mas nagbabantay ba tayo ngayon?
Well, I think ang media, such as yourselves, meron din kayong, papel sa pagpapalaganap ng, responsibility in reporting, di ba? Parang ganon. So, how people react is basically a byproduct, if you like, of yung kung anong nababasa nila sa news, di ba? So, I guess in a way, unless you're hardline DDS, then mas yung echo chamber mo, meaning yung pinakikinggan mo, are basically the same. People aligned to your views. But by and large, yung mga taong hindi naman aligned sa Duterte, for example, are a bit more balanced and therefore, mas naghahanap sila ng katotohanan, mas naghahanap sila ng balancing news and so on. So, I think aking parte ang media doon sa paghubog ng perception ng mga tao. So if people are actually more discerning, more critical, it's because the media have somewhat trained yung mga followers or manonood to be more critical, kumbaga. So yeah, you can make that argument. I think 3 years, 4 years ago, we were not as discerning, as critical as we are now.
Opo. Sir,
Parang good news naman din po yun.
correct. Pero Sir Roland, minsan kasi yung iba nating mga kababayan, ang mas pinaniniwalaan yung mga vloggers, di ba?
Yan, oo.
Tapos hindi sila nagve-verify ng mga information. Tapos once na kasi nag-post po sila ng gano'n, ng kanilang stand regarding the issue, kumbaga yung mga kababayan po natin ay doon na maniniwala. Kahit na hindi verified, di ba? Hindi po siya supported by documents, hindi pinag-aralan.
Here's the somewhat good news there, ma'am, is that where we seek truth. Kung hindi po tayo talagang hardline Duterte, hardline Leni or hardline BBM, we tend to actually seek out yung truth, kumbaga, on social media, and that starts with listening to more reputable outlets. Parang ganon. Because let's face it, kung hardline po kayo, solid kayo na DDS, for example, you will probably have no room to listen to other views apart from yours. Diba? Parang ganon. And that, wala na tayong magagawa doon. You can make that case. But yung mga taong nasa sentro po, yung mga taong naghahangad lang ng katotohanan, these people tend to look for ibang pananaw, yung tamang outlet, kumbaga, na pakikinggan, hindi lang yung outlet na isang punto de vista lang ang pinag-uusapan, meaning yung kanila lang. So these people actually tend to be more critical in that sense.
Opo. At siguro po, panghuli na lamang po, minsan ho kasi pagka nakakausap po kami ng mga, halimbawa po mga survey firm, tinatanong po ng ilang audience namin, meron bang nagkomisyon para po gawin po ninyo itong pag-aaral na ito?
Wala. This is completely our undertaking po. So anything that you can rest assured po na anything we release to you, to your outlet and other media outlets, yun po self commission po, self-funded. Yung mga studies po na binabayaran sa amin, those typically are about 99 to 100% proprietary and therefore not for public consumption.
O ayun. So malinaw po yan ha. And Sir Roland, pagka may mga bago kayong mga halimbawa po survey o pag-aaral, very welcome po dito sa RMN, sa DZXL News para po i-share po natin sa ating mga kababayan.
Sige po. Makakaasa po kayo.
Thank you so much, Sir Roland.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Maraming
Bye.
salamat po. Nakausap po natin ang Managing Director po ng Insightspedia. Sila po yung gumagawa ng Pinas Survey. Ayan, si Ginoong Roland Ramirez. So ito hong kanilang pag-aaral po, no, nagkolekta ho sila ng mga datos mula sa social media dun sa 3 paksa na ating
Yan.
pinag-usapan.
Oo. Maganda rin itong mga ganito at least na pupulsuhan din natin ang ating
correct.
taong bayan. Kung ano yung kanilang hinaing reaksyon, opinion doon sa isang particular na issue. Which is
Correct.
mainit nga ngayon. Itong dapat hindi natin to kalimutan eh.
Yung flood control.
Yes, hindi dapat ito mabaon sa limot.
Yan, hindi ho dapat malubog sa baha.
Correct. Oo,
At
lalo na
least
ngayon.
nagbabantay tayo.
Oo, pero sana no hindi lang hanggang pagbabantay, 'di ba? May mapanagot kasi 'di ba ang pangako noon nung last December may makukulong daw na big fish.
Meron naman, diskaya.
Big fish na ba 'yun?
Oo, ang dami sasakyan eh.
Pero kasi paano yung pinakautak?
Ang hinahanap ho ng taong bayan, yung nandun sa tuktok
Yan.
na opisyal ng pamahalaan.
Yun, natumbok mo partner.
Oo.
Eh kaso, hanggang ngayon,
Ay,
Allows.
wala. Hindi alam kung na-check. Nasa check ba o na-X na?
hindi daw kasi naaresto. Pati yung termino, kagulo-gulo na, di ba?
Ano bang in-announce kasi ni Bongbong Marcos?
Ang sabi na sa otoridad ng Prague, Czech Republic.
Hindi
Eh, pero
mo na niya chinek.
hindi chinek.
Baka mamaya na ano lang yun yung na-offload.
Oo,
Di ba
kasi
ganun
nga
din
sa
po
immigration lang naman eh.
Baka na-offload lang.
Oo, pero hindi arestado.
Hindi tama pala si Harry Roque.
Meron pa naman pumunta, anong tawag sa team nila? High-level team.
Ewan ko,
Di ba na nandun
junket.
sa Czech Republic? Eh siguraduhin nyo may uuwi nyo. Kasi kung hindi, sayang lang ang buwis ng taong bayan.
Abangan namin kayo sa airport.
Oo, di
Dala
ba?
kaming confetti.
Correct. Eh paano pag walang Zaldico?
Sampal.
Diba? Kasi yung pamasahe nila dyan, partner, abay, hindi biro yan.
Oo.
Ang buwis